sure. Okay, so I'm glad I remembered that. Okay, so if you ever miss a recording of, if you ever miss a conversation party, a recording is always going to be available to you the next day, hopefully that night, because it's really quick, so you can practice with that. And of course, you can practice along with the video. So let's get started. All right. Okay. All right, so bienvenidos a la fiesta de conversación con Spanish Today. We're going to have a party. Okay, so the first thing that I want to share with you is a little tip, okay? So did you know that Spanish is the second most, I'm going to unmute y'all because we're going to get to talking in a minute. Did you know that Spanish is the second most spoken language in the world with 414 million speakers? English is actually the third most spoken language. Can you guess what is the most spoken language in the world? Anybody? Any guesses?
French?
French. You know what? That's what I was thinking too. I had no idea. I would have never guessed what the number one most spoken language is, but it's Chinese Mandarin with a billion people. Yeah,
wow.
A billion people speak Chinese Mandarin. Actually, a little fact is that ILT, the charter school district ILT, that's one of their things is that they teach Mandarin. And I just thought they taught it because they thought it was cool, but evidently not. So you guys are ahead of the curve here. You're learning the second most spoken language in the world. All right, so we're going to begin with introductions. So last week we got to know people by asking how people were. ¿Cómo estás? Estoy bien. ¿Y tú?
Estoy
So
bien.
today we're going to learn another introduction, and this is how it goes. Soy, and then you say your name, and then you say where you're from. So soy Andrea de Dallas, Texas. Very simple. And this is a common thing that people say. So you can use it whenever. So just like if you're going into an office or something like that, you're saying, hola, buenos días, ¿cómo estás? Soy Andrea de, and you can say whatever company you're from or school or city or whatever. Okay, so let's give it a try. After the person introduces themselves, then y'all will say hola to that person. So I'll start. Hola, soy Andrea de Dallas, Texas.
Hola. Hola.
Muy bien, muy bien. Okay, that was really good. Okay, who wants to go next?
I can go.
Okay.
Hola, soy Kahea de Lancaster, Texas.
Muy bien. Hola, Kahea.
Hola, Kahea.
Hola.
Oh, that's Jerry. Okay.
Jerry.
Okay, who wants to go next?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay. Hola, soy de Erika de Houston, Texas.
Okay. Hola, Erika.
Hola, Erika.
Hola, Erika.
Oh,
Hola.
there's one person waiting. Hold on, let me admit that person. Okay, and then Jerry?
I forgot what we were supposed to be saying.
You'll say
I
soy,
totally forgot.
Jerry.
I'm sorry.
That's fine, no problem. That's why I'm here. You'll say soy, Jerry, and you'll say wherever you're from. Dallas, Lancaster, Houston.
Okay, that's right. All right, soy, Jerry, Richardson, Texas.
De Richardson, Texas. Good.
Richardson, Texas.
Hola, Jerry.
Hola.
And hola, Lorelai.
Hola.
So we have a new introduction that we are trying today, and it's very simple. You say soy, Lorelai, de, and you say wherever city you're from. Okay, you ready?
Yes. Soy Loralee de Red Oak, Texas.
Oh my gosh, I've been saying it wrong this whole time?
That's all right.
Oh my goodness. I've been saying it wrong this is my third year with my school.
I think like when we went to New York, you were saying it correctly, but then the movie
didn't
Gilmore
fell
Girls
off.
messed me up.
I'm so glad that today is the day, my day of reckoning. Okay, because I hate getting people's name wrong. So Laura Lee, I'll never forget it.
Yes, no worries, no worries.
Okay, so hola,
Hola,
todos.
Laura Lee.
Hola.
Okay, so very good. So this is definitely an introduction that people use on a regular basis. So you can definitely use that. Okay, so one of the things that we went over in last week's video, the second video, was numbers to 20. Okay, so we're gonna do a game with the numbers. But first we're gonna review the numbers. I'm gonna mute y'all real quick and currently, yeah, I want to mute it, right. Okay, so I'm gonna mute y'all right quick and I'm gonna say the numbers and y'all can repeat after me, okay? So, and when you're repeating, just try to focus on the pronunciation. So even if you're like super great with the numbers and stuff, it's just a great way to practice the different sounds in Spanish, all right? Vamos a empezar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me get my magic wand. Here we go. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Muy bien. Okay, now I've unmuted y'all. So I hope you notice a trend in the numbers. So when you get to 16 to 19, this is 10 plus 6. So 10 y 6. 10 y 6, 16, 17, 17. So I know with numbers, it kind of, every couple of numbers, it does something different with 1 through 20. But if I remember patterns, then it helps me it helped me to remember until I finished. So this week in the second video, we'll learn the patterns with the numbers after 20. It's super easy and you'll know them to like 100. Okay, so let's play our game. Okay, so this game is called, let me fix this really quickly. Move this over here. Okay, this game is called ¿Cuántos hay? So that means how many, okay? How many are there? ¿Cuántos hay? So I'm gonna have a picture, and if you can't see the picture, like if you're just coming in by sound, by audio, then you can repeat after us, and then you can watch the playback. So for those who can see the pictures, what you're going to do is you're going to look at the picture and count how many of the object is there. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you right now. ¿Cuántos libros hay? So I'll ask you the question, and then you'll say hay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hay 5 libros. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so there's gonna be 2 things that you're gonna be, or really like 3 things that you're gonna be exposed to in this exercise. You'll be exposed to the question, ¿Cuántos hay? So you can say that for anything, whether you know the subject or not. And then you'll be able to practice your numbers, and then also you'll know the sentence frame of I, whatever number of objects, okay? So let's get started. ¿Cuántas manzanas hay? So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, ¿cuántas manzanas hay?
Hay 7.
Manzanas.
Muy bien. Hay 7 manzanas. Muy bien hecho. Okay, so it's that easy. That's how we put it all together. So just a little blurb. So every time we have our conversation parties, it'll put together what we've been learning in the different videos. And so, you know, one of our goals is to be able to speak Spanish today. And so that is one of the keys that you'll be able to do. Okay, árboles, árboles. These are trees. Árboles. ¿Cuántos árboles hay? Vamos a contar. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so ¿cuántos árboles hay?
Hay 15 árboles.
Muy bien. Hay 15 árboles. And Jerry and Erica, it's great that y'all are listening because you'll be able to hear more and more Spanish. And then when you see the video, it will make sense. So you're doing great. All right. Ahora tenemos casas. Now we have houses, casas. Vamos a contar cuántas casas hay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. ¿Cuántas casas hay?
Hay 10 casas.
Muy bien, muy bien. Okay. Hay 10 casas. This is a great game to also play if you're teaching little ones around you, if you're teaching your kiddos or your big kids or anything around you, anyone around you. It's a fun game to be able to play, show them a picture or get a number of things around you and count them and answer the question. All right, we have about 2 more. Sí. ¿Puedo escuchar? ¿Quién es? Who is that?
Okay.
Is that Erica?
Eureka. I'm Eureka. Yes.
Oh, hola, Erika. Okay, ¿estás bien? Do you have a question?
I can see the picture. I can see the picture.
Oh, good. Good. Okay, good. Okay, so ahora, ¿cuántos niños hay? ¿Cuántos niños hay? Vamos a contar. 1, 2, 3. So, Erika, ¿cuántos niños hay?
Hay 3 niños.
Muy bien hecho. Okay, I think we have 2 more of cuántos hay. Ahora tenemos carros. ¿Cuántos carros hay? Vamos a contar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. ¿Cuántos carros hay?
Hay 9 carros.
9 carros.
Muy bien. Oh, I hear your R, doble R. Muy bien. Hay 9 carros. Ahora tenemos estudiantes. ¿Cuántos estudiantes hay? Vamos a contar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. ¿Cuántos estudiantes hay?
Hay
6 estudiantes.
Hay
Muy bien,
6
Jerry.
estudiantes.
I heard you in there. Good job, Jerry. Muy bien hecho. Hay 6 estudiantes. Okay. All right. So muy bien hecho. So now we have a Spanish fact. Did you know that USA will become the largest Spanish-speaking country by the year 2050 with 132.8 million speakers? Yeah, that was a pretty cool fact. And I know a few people missed the first fact. The first fact was that the most spoken, the number one, well, I'm not going to say the number 1 yet, but number 2 most spoken language in the world is Spanish. Number 3 is English. Do you know what the number 1 most spoken language is?
Chinese.
It is. It's Chinese Mandarin. I would have never, ever guessed. Never, ever guessed in a million years. Ever. So y'all are on the right track. You're learning your Spanish and it's coming along. Okay, so now we're going to go into me gusta and quiero. quiero. So in your last video from yesterday, we went over me gusta, which means I like. Or really, it means literally, it brings me pleasure. Like, I like it. So, and then we have quiero. So it means I want. So what I'm going to do is we're going to repeat certain sentences. And it's super easy because when you learn more verbs, so if you use an app like Duolingo or what was the other one I mentioned? Memrise. I'm going to put that in the group as well. Then you'll learn more and more verbs and you can just plug in the verb, right? So it's super easy. So the first verb is comer. Me gusta comer. Y'all say it.
Me gusta
Comer.
Muy bien. Yes, sí, me gusta comer mucho. I love to eat.
Mucho, mucho.
Y me gusta dormir mucho. Ok, repíteme por favor, repeat. Me gusta dormir.
Me
Me
gusta
gusta
Dormir.
dormir.
Muy bien. Okay, so I like to sleep. Next. I don't necessarily like to study, but here we go. Me gusta estudiar.
Me gusta estudiar.
Muy bien. Y'all's pronunciation is really coming along. I love it. Muy bien hecho. Next. Me gusta escribir.
Me gusta
escribir.
Escribir. Muy bien. Muy bien. Okay, so that's really good. Okay, so next we have quiero. Quiero literally means I like. If you say quiero a person, that means that you love the person. But with anything else is I want, like the commercial, quiero Taco Bell. I want some Taco Bell. They brainwashed us. Okay, so here we go. The first one is work. Quiero trabajar.
Quiero
Yeah.
trabajar.
Trabajar.
Muy bien. Próximo, leer, to read. Quiero leer.
Quiero
Quiero
leer.
Muy bien. Quiero caminar.
Quiero caminar.
Good. To walk. Y quiero cantar.
Quiero
Cantar.
Muy bien. Okay, so the cool thing about either one of these sentence frames is that you can plug in, that green word is a verb. You can plug in any verb you want to into that sentence frame. Oh, I was so excited. Okay, so you guys have done a great job today. You have already practiced a new introduction with Soy Andrea de Dallas, Texas. You've practiced that. You've also practiced cuántos hay, how to answer that question of how many something is, how many of something there are. And then you practice the two sentence frames of I like and I want. Me gusta y quiero. Okay, so they're very common things that you'll say on a regular basis. So here are some of your daily practice tips. Grab a partner, any partner, even if you are just your own partner. That is okay. Then embrace the language. It will feel a little funny sometimes or a little weird, but you just do it. You just do it. And then practice every day. So let me tell you a funny story before we get done. So I have 3 kids, a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 10-month-old. And the 3-year-old, well, I just started speaking more Spanish to the kids because I've been doing Spanish today, and it's like my responsibility now to teach them more Spanish. And so I said the normal things, you know, you start with, hola, ¿cómo estás? Bien, gracias, all of that. So today I was picking up the little kids from my mom's house, my parents' house, and when we were leaving, I said adios, and my mom said adios, and Andrew, the 3-year-old, he said adios, hasta luego. Mind you, no one has said hasta luego to him since last week, and he said hasta luego. Then there are some kids outside. There were a lot of kids outside playing, and he said hola, ¿cómo estás? I'm like, oh my gosh. He said it like in context. No one was saying it. He knew when to say, how to put it together. So the lesson that was there was, hey, just keep saying it, just keep using it, and not only will you start to get it, but the people around you will start to get it as well. So that was super cool. All right, so this is the end of our conversation party for today. Y'all did a great job. That was like 20 minutes almost on the dot. So remember that I am here for you. So even though this is the only time that we are face-to-face-ish virtually, I'm always available. Whatever Spanish goals you have for yourself, let me know. So if you're like, Andrea, I really, I'm going to whatever country and I want to know how to speak Spanish for this mission trip that I'm doing, then I would, teach you some extra words or sentence frames that you would need to know for a mission trip. Or if you're like, hey, I need to know how to talk to customers that are coming to my business, I will let you know. Or if it's for your class or whatever you want. So while you're here during these 4 weeks, let me know and I will customize the learning experience for you so you can get the most out of this experience. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in our group and in our email. Hasta luego.
Hasta luego. Adios.
Adios.
Hasta luego.
Hasta
Adios.
luego.